If you saw a delicious unattended rack of iced tea on the street and a collection box next to it and you thought no one was looking, look at that. Would you pay for the tea or would you just snag it and run? That's the challenge beverage company Honest Tea set up at 27 locations around the country to come up with its National Honesty Index. So can you trust your city? CEO Seth Goldman of Honest Tea has the answers, and he joins us now. I love doing this with you because the stories. Okay, frankly, I have to be honest. I'm surprised anybody pays if they don't think that anyone is watching, because I feel like we just live in a culture where people are grabbing stuff for free all the time. Before we reveal who won, I want to get to the fun stories, because I remember last year, I think it was, you were in D.C. and you went to check the box and someone stole your bike while you were there. What happened in D.C. this year?
Well, once again, unusual occurrence. First time ever. So where we put the money out, it's in a box. It's a lucite box, and there's a slot in it, but it's not locked down.
Oh.
And somebody reached into the box and took some money out. That hadn't happened before in all the years we've been doing it. So that was a little disappointing.
And that happened in Washington, D.C. too, right?
It did. It did.
I first of all, again, I mean, I'm such a cynic. I'm amazed that people haven't stolen from you before if it's not locked. That's a new wrinkle I didn't know about. But D.C. was not the least honest. So tell me, who was the least honest city? Which city?
So Providence, Rhode Island this year came in at 85%.
Wow. 83%.
I'm sorry, 83%. Right. So, yeah, it's funny. Overall, very positive results. And actually, even 83%, you know, when I ask people, what do you think? Just like you said, you know, they thought, oh, maybe 50% of the people would pay and take money, you know, but actually 94% of Americans put money in as an average. So to me, that's really impressive. And
it is amazing.
There's going to be some outliers.
Yeah, Providence, I mean, I know I remember they had a mayor, I think it was, who went to jail not too long ago. So maybe Providence. I lived there for a while. It was a beautiful city. So I don't know. The most honest city, you actually had a 100% rating this year in Atlanta. Is that right? Yeah,
first time ever we've seen that in Atlanta, but really impressive. 100% of participants. And this is a sample, you know, a pretty robust sample. We're not talking about, you know, 5 or 10 participants. There were dozens of people who participated over the course of a day.
This is a genius way to promote your brand, because you are all about honesty within your products and, you know, transparency and everybody knowing what's inside and buying into that. It ties in particularly this time of year, or this time in the cycle, to politics, where transparency is an issue and honesty is an issue. And it seems like in America right now, if you look at the way the races are stacking up, that people are sick of the traditional candidates who are very entrenched and who they feel like, it seems like the key issue with them is that they're not honest and they're not transparent on both sides. And they're embracing people that they feel like are telling the truth. What advice would you give to the candidates who are not being perceived as being transparent and honest and straightforward right now? As the king of honesty, what would you tell them?
I think it all comes back to authenticity, you know. So when we make our product, we've got little tea leaf particles in the tea. The goal isn't to be so filtered that you look pure in a way that really everyone thinks isn't natural. And every person has their own natural flaws, and I'd encourage the candidates to let themselves be seen in, you know, some less filtered moments, and you know, whether it's what they look like in the morning after they exercise, or having just a private, personal conversation. Let the microphone stay on a little bit and get that real human interaction.
We are out of time. Seth Goldman, that was genius. Thank you. What a wonderful nugget of wisdom. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate your time. That was actually great advice, wasn't it?
I'm sure some candidate is going to hold up a glass of honest tea at some point before the campaign is over. That does it for us.